It's a week, right?
It's a week. And you walk into work and, you know, there's this, you know, picture of him looking back. And this morning was funny because I ran a little late. And so I parked and then I got out of the car and I turned. And the first thing that I saw was, you know, this big, you know, giant. And I could hear him in my ear shouting, "Why are you late? Why did you not sign on with Izzy? You are not professional. You do not understand the job." And so I sent a picture. I'm coming. I beg, you know.
But yeah, there's a giant poster of Elvis.
Of Elvis, yeah, on the front. And also the condolence book at the reception. So you can pass by, you know, and write in that, you know, share your memories of him as well. But he lives on with us every day. We hear his voice in our ears, you know, all the time, you know, telling us what to do. And we thank God that we had him. I've come to the point where I'm just saying, you know, it's God who gives and it's God who takes away. So blessed be the name of the Lord. So,
amen.
Yeah.
Amen. All right. Let's get into the newspapers.
Should we? Let me see. Is there something else I want to worry you about before we continue? Just give me 10 seconds. 10, 9. Okay, maybe not. I'm going to start with the Daily Graphic this morning. So on the front page, no vaccination, no entry. Ministry of Health leads policy implementation. So all government and public agencies, including ministries, departments, and agencies, are to strictly enforce a no vaccination, no entry policy on their premises from tomorrow. So staff and visitors will be expected to show proof of vaccination by producing their vaccination cards before entry is allowed onto those premises. This new directive forms part of measures at controlling the spread of the COVID-19 and help improve the vaccination exercise in the country. So if you're going to any of the ministries or any of the public agencies, you need to carry your vaccination card. So vaccination card is going to become like a passport, you know, or something, you know, to get entry to wherever.
This is not just for workers, anybody else?
No, staff and visitors, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yep. Will be expected to show proof of vaccination.
It's interesting. I mean, we need to see how that, anyway, they had given the Ministry of Health or the Ghana Health Service had indicated that we're looking at something like that. Yeah. That's why they declared December the month of vaccination. Right?
And the thing is that we don't have, I mean, like a vaccination shortage where those who are willing to get the vaccine are not getting access to. If you go to your nearest hospital, you should be able to get the vaccine. Where we are right now is kind of like this hesitancy. And the hesitancy is two things. You know, one school of thought is, you know, that coronavirus doesn't even exist. It's a conspiracy theory,
And there's some pastors who are preaching that.
Yeah. And then, and then there's also the school of thought that, you interrupted me and I've got what I was saying. So the one school of thought is what? What's the first thing that I said?
The one that the people are saying there's no...
and then there's the that the vaccine hasn't been around long enough and so they don't know what the long-term effects are.
And there are those who are saying that, yes, if you take the vaccine...
You'll vote for MPP in 2024. Yeah, that's that one.
That's one of those.
Yeah, that one.
And then there's another one that you're going to have metal stick to your body, is going to become magnetic and you're going to have...
all sorts of things. The impotency thing was a big thing. I remember a few weeks ago we did... we went to the community and still with some of the men, the issue is the impotence. Like, you know, if I get it, am I going to not be able to, you know, rise up for the occasion?
Yeah.
So that seems to be a big thing.
But, you know, rather, it's been proving that the people who have actually had COVID, who are having issues with you know, being
rising
able to
up.
Perform, and all of that. Up. So yeah, I think you're better off if you're going to... I've had the jab and you're
rising up?
Very well.
Okay, all right then. Well, you heard it from Israeli himself, not me.
Why do you ask that?
Why wouldn't I ask? We use ourselves as, you know, examples.
Because now people are going to be imagining what it is like.
We were not going to imagine until you said people are going to be imagining. We had moved on to the pure. All things are pure. This morning we came to work very pure. Now you are talking about imaginations, but we cast down every imagination in the name of Jesus. Hallelujah. All right, let me continue with some of the stories on the front page of the Daily Graphic. Doom prophecies absent in the new year. Yes, of course, doom prophecies were absent in the Republic of Ghana, not the Republic of Umofia. Yes, so if you don't live in Umofia, then you know, hey, no doom prophecies
no doom
for
prophecies.
You. But of course, if you are a resident, a citizen, a spectator of the great nation of Umofia, then well, actually, even with that, there weren't too many doom prophecies. So yeah, I guess that directive was a good one. Boom in road sector, 9 highways, 7 bridges, 7 interchanges this year. That's according to the roads minister. So that story, no vaccination, no entry on page 3. Body of anti-apartheid icon Desmond Tutu acclimated. Honestly, I don't know what acclimated means. So it's an Nipone. Yeah, so we're gonna just take a minute and Google. Eshol, do you want to just Google what
I'll pull it up. I'll pull it up and share with
means for
everybody else.
Me. So 5 world powers vow to prevent spread of nuclear weapons. Omicron plainly milder. New measures not needed. Turkey's inflation hits 36% amidst financial turmoil. Census spread of the Daily Graphic. Okay, there's a story on page 13, the doom prophecies absent in the new year. So highly publicized prophecies by some men of God that have characterized the start of every new year were largely missing as Ghanaians welcome 2022. Of course, this was on the back of that police statement that was released by the IGP. And of course, knowing that he was walking around town, so you could be in church and then he'll just pop up. The vice president attended 3 services with his wife, with some of the ministers and all that. And he said he's optimistic that 2022 will be a good year for us. Census spread, a tool for advocates, shifts in Ghana's educational system. DJA UNESCO developed manual on migration reporting, and CRICSIR to release 2 tomato varieties this year. That is census spread. Alban Bagbin has been speaking. He says, I'm not biased. And then, of course, we know that former President Mahama lost his brother on the 31st of December. So may his soul rest in peace, and we send out our condolences to him and his family. Now, you remember that man who was at the ANC mall who was shooting that AK-47 in his air? Like, he was feeling all Rambo, James Bond. Well, yeah, he's not Ramboing anymore. He's been arrested. So the police placed a 5,000 Ghana cedi bounty for information leading to the arrest of the suspects. And some information came forward. Yeah, that's it. But actually, the man has been identified as Flight Sergeant Nicholas Owusu Frimpong, which is interesting. So he was arrested in collaboration between the Ghana police and the military service. Okay, so Bono region made news for good, bad reason. We spoke a lot to Bono region over the past year in terms of COVID-19 as well. Education capitalize on youth initiatives to start business, discount on import scrap. So we're going to talk about that this morning.
Yeah.
Aren't we? How Guta feels about it, what the ramifications are, how that's going to translate into the cost of
as well.
Exactly.
Yeah, so we'll get into that in a bit.
We'll get into that in a bit. Talking about what we're getting into, we're also going to continue with part 2 of the starting the year, right? We started that yesterday. We had Doreen Baffo talk us through, kind of prepping for the year, getting your goals in order and all of that. So we'll do that later on this morning. Okay, finally. Oh, there's nothing on Hearts of Oak. Oh, that's
what
very,
do you want to know
very
about
sad.
Hearts of Oak?
There's nothing exciting happening.
Okay, so what I'm trying to understand what aquamation is. Essentially, it's water cremation.
Oh, so like cremation, but water.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
But I'm trying to understand what eventually happens because, with cremation, you know that you're going to get
the ashes.
The ashes. I'm trying to understand what eventually comes out of this one, but we'll get that before.
Well, at least we have an idea.
Yeah,
Last story is back page of the Daily Graphic. Revelers disregard COVID-19 protocols. They're talking about the show, so that Accra Stadium, the beaches, how people were really
and the
chilling.
Numbers are actually going up.
I think it was 12,000 yesterday. 12,000 active
12,000
cases.
active cases. That's quite serious.
Yeah, it is very serious. Maybe we can do a quick look at the dashboard before we finish the newspaper review. Road projects underway in Tamale, Sagnarigu. And that's it for the Daily Graphic.
Okay, so let's get to the Daily Guide, which has made it to the stands this morning. So, Atu forcing 2 others dragged to court over ambulance deal. And the former Deputy Minister of Finance under the John Mahama administration, Dr. Akasilato Forsing, and 2 other individuals have been charged by the Office of the Attorney General for allegedly willfully causing financial loss of 2.37 million euro to the state in a deal to purchase some 200 ambulances for the health sector between 2014 and 2016. Dr. Forsing, who is the sitting member of Parliament for Jumako and Yanisiem in the Central Region and a ranking member on the Finance Committee of Parliament, has been charged alongside Sylvester Anemana, a former Chief Director of the Ministry of Health, as well as businessman Richard Jakpa. So this came out sometime before Christmas, and we know that Kasela Atuforsing has responded. He says he's innocent and he didn't sign the deal. Sure, he went up in court and he would have to prove all of that. All right. The story about that gunman who
did that at
he was just firing into the air. It's also here. New Year, they call him New Year gunman grabbed.
Yeah, because it was on the 31st.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Flight Sergeant Nicholas Owusu Frimpong, he has been grabbed. And then brighter days ahead. That's President Kufuor saying that.
Can we play, when we're done, can we play Brighter Days, Akodi and Obrafo?
Okay. So President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo has expressed optimism in the country's ability to rise above its current obstacles and revive its fortune.
Remember, those current obstacles are not his fault.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to read it, and it's for you to react. Okay. So I'm trying to imagine a typical, Ghanaian home.
Okay.
Hearing the president saying that.
Brighter days ahead. Yeah. Okay.
So let me go over.
Okay, good.
President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo has expressed optimism in the country's ability to rise above its current obstacles.
Wait, is this typical Ghanaian home, NPP or NDC? Because the reactions will be completely different.
Really?
Yes.
But I'm thinking at this point, whether it's NPP.
People are very loyal to their parties. Thank you very much.
Really?
Yes, please.
Okay, so some people, the E-levy won't impact them.
Oh, I mean, you know how
the reversal of benchmark values.
The argument with that is that we're striving to make the nation better. So in the same way that Obama came and he said, times are difficult. Yes, we can. Akufo-Addo is saying that times are difficult. But
why don't you give me the two? So
the two reactions.
The two reactions. So this one that I've just read, give me the NDC reaction. NDC home reaction.
The NDC home reaction will probably be in Ghana. Every day, so honey wana shika wanta wa shika riemoso abaye shika fe. Yeah, something like that.
NPP.
And people are like, okay, it's really going to get better. It actually is going to get better. It's important that we put together these, policies and all of these so that we can move forward, and make a good nation for our children. Okay. Especially since the Ejapa royalties may not go through, therefore we will not be inheriting some unexpected money. These things are very, very important, especially also because we want to break the 8.
Okay.
But we haven't really decided on who a flag bearer is going to be. But this is the foundation, for, yes.
Okay. In his New Year message to the public on social media, President Akufo-Addo expressed his belief in the Ghanaian potential. I'm a firm, passionate believer in our national potential. We have it in us to rise and revive our fortunes. There are brighter days ahead for Mother Ghana, he said.
There will be, this is the end issue actually, there will be brighter days ahead for Mother Ghana if we change governments. Bring back former President John Mahama. He's a man for the people. He's the one who cares about the people. Under our watch, the E-levy would not even be something that we would think about. How do you continue to tax the ordinary Ghanaian? You take and you take and you take and you take from them. And it is never enough. And this is why, with this parliament that we have now, the MPP, they are still living in the 169 days. But right now, that is why we are in parliament and we are fighting for the good of the nation. And we will not stop. And we are not for sale. And we will not be bought. So 2024, JM, Twaso.
Okay, and
MP. Israel, listen. Don't come and put me in trouble this morning. Why?
Okay, so just for balance, do the MPP. And
what was the last thing that he said?
So, there are brighter days. I'm a firm, passionate believer in our national potential.
Okay, so in the words of Gabi Asare Otridako, one must always be very, must always admire, you know, the tenacity, the pure tenacity of the President Akufo-Addo. One must always seek to see that, you know, there may be obstacles ahead, but in the future, you know, there's a lot of good things for one. You remember that Facebook post where he just did one must see and one must do. Yeah. So I mean that would be,
okay.
And then there'll be a lot of
that's rich man's laughter.
Man can hear.
Okay, let's get.
Don't put me in trouble this morning. Please, let me just issue a disclaimer. This was our little skit. I beg you.
Yeah, just a little skit.
Okay.
All right, so...
Mafia 2021 under review. Can I get an amen? Now, I saw in a country named Umofia in West Africa, there was a party, the CND, and the Lord opened my eyes. In fact, when he opened my eyes, then he put his hand upon me, and I saw it in a vision that the CND must be very careful in the state of Umofia.
Okay.
I was like, who is CND?
So that's fine. Now that you've done it, I think it would be good to have the reaction from Prophet.
No, it's okay. It's okay. I'm not doing it again. Oh. I won't do it again. Oh, no, I won't do. I can't imitate him.
Oh, he was saying something to the effect that the prophets in Ghana are...
I can't, you know, I cannot, I don't have the vocal capacity to, you know, no, I can't, I beg, please, I'm afraid of prophet. But he himself, he's in the newspaper somewhere, he didn't say anything much. No, but he's not a national major prophet.
No, he says that if the Lord has revealed something to him,
he would have
said it,
but
whether IGP or whoever.
So this morning, the question we are asking God is, why didn't you reveal anything to Professor Odro for him to say anything?
Is it the case that the people who are claiming that God has revealed something to them, God really revealed something?
I don't know. I wasn't there when they went into a deep sleep.
What if God is revealing, will God reveal some, you know, fictitious Umofia?
Oh, I mean, I think we all know that we all know what's up. So I think Prophet Nigel Gacy just, you know, kind of did it. It was a disclaimer. You know, I think it was just a disclaimer. And I do think that if he really felt that, you know, that passionate about what he was saying, he should just have just said it.
Okay, so let's go to some other stories we have in the Daily Guide. Sudan's Prime Minister quit amid violent protests. 5 world powers issue pledge to prevent nuclear war. South Africa Parliament fire under control. Oh, and the newborn baby found in plane's toilet bin.
Yeah, I saw that story yesterday.
And the Brazil leader in hospital with intestinal blockage. Ouch.
Yeah.
The story about the New Year gunman is on page 6. Dan Parry stops doom prophets. Oh, final year student drowns in pool. Final year student from the University of Education in Winneba, Isaac Ampabing, 25, has drowned in a swimming pool at the Shekinah Hotel at Abesim near Sunyani in the Bone region. Okay, that's unfortunate. 3 students arrested for killing Navy rating. And that story also has been making the rounds for a while now. It's about, I believe it has to do with there was a Bolt driver or so. Or Uber driver, that the students got to him and they burned the port file. They set him on fire. Now, Martha Nkoma sells out Silverbird Cinemas with first movie. Okay. Camedo turns down 20,000 CD US gig. All right. And Shatawale confirms rape allegation by Burna Boy. Oh, really?
Yeah, that story has been going on for the past few days. You know, Burna Boy and Shatawale have been going back and forth on some issues. And then Burna Boy, Shatawale... Okay, so one of them... Just read it. Yeah, one of them...
Controversial Dancehall Act, Shatawale has allegedly confessed to allegations that he attempted to rape a lady friend of Nigerian music star Burna Boy In a series of tweets and Insta story posts, the Ghanaian artist in his confession also accused Burna Boy of being a rapist to prove that they are all the same. Burna Boy had earlier accused Shatta Wale of raping his lady friend he traveled with to Ghana. Shatta Wale, Nima, you tried to rape the girl I brought to Ghana back then. I won't say her name, but I know what you and Kofi did. That's the real reason I want your teeth and blood on the floor. I just want you to fight me like a man. Even if I know you are just an unhealthy dog. I could have gotten you killed ages ago if I wanted, but you are not worth it. You're just a sick puppy rapist, Burna Boy wrote on social media. In response, Shatta Wale admitted Burna's claim and even went on to make jokes about it, describing Burna Boy's anger against him as raping jealousy, really. He wrote, because he's a rapist, he's jealous. I did same to his girl, because that's his job. Raping jealousy, Burna Boy. He said Burna Boy was only angry because he reciprocated an action he took on a Ghanaian Instagram model. He alleged that Burna Boy raped and beat up a young lady, Matilda Hipsey, after refusing to succumb to... Okay, now it's getting dirty. Okay, I am just...
No, it does get really dirty, and you kind of wonder how it escalated from music to, you know, raping and almost like, you know... And so Lydia Forson also tweeted about the fact that she had called Shatta Wale and explained to that, yo, like raping is not really something that you know, you proudly, you know, talk about or you own, like it's, you know. So it's just, it's honestly, it's very down in the gutter, disappointing. Yeah.
Okay, GRA begins the benchmark values reversal. That's here, and we're going to be talking about this as we indicated. Dache Mining named overall best small-scale miner. Ignore Forson's economic propaganda. That's Dr. Kuma, the Deputy Minister of Finance, saying that. And GPCC debunks Owusu Bempeh's claims. Okay. So the National Executive Council of the Ghana Pentecostal and Charismatic Council has rejected claims by the leader of the Glorious Word Power Ministry International, Reverend Isaac Owusu Bempeh, that a former president of the council, Apostle Professor Opoku once consulted him for prophetic directions. Okay. Active COVID-19 cases hit 12,422, and it doesn't look like we're out of the woods yet. We're going to see it rise a bit more before it begins to decline. Taxi driver commits suicide in police cells. That's unfortunate. Ministry of Health outdoors 2 traditional medicine documents. NPP goes for elections. It says NPP has announced the timetable for the election of its executives. Okay. Israel donates vaccines to Ghana. Thank you, Israel. Police grabbed 5 suspected secessionists. Okay, we have that one too. Former Kano Emir extols Baumia's good works. Sarkodie, Kiddy Others, Rock Rapaholic. Concert, Thrills at Experience Concert. That's the Samini one. And Masquerades, Street Carnivals, Shakes, Takrady. On the back page, Black Stars midfielder Mrs. AFCON train. Jamila Foundation supports 2022 Salah Peace Gala. Real PSG Bayern and Juve open Rudiger talks. UK government warns AFCON host cities. And
that's what?
So Premier League stars are arriving in Cameroon for the African Cup of Nations as rebels step up the activity to disrupt the tournament in the troubled Central African country, bringing new warnings of violence against fans and players. So they're concerned that if there's some insurgency action going on, the people who are there, the fans and the players, may not exactly be safe.
Come out alive, basically. All right, okay. Well, thank you so much for that, Israel. And once again, welcome back. It's great to have you back. And of course, the show continues after the sports. We'll be having that conversation about benchmark values. We'll also be having part 2 of starting 2022, right? Yesterday's conversation was so amazing. So really looking forward to that. Muftal is coming up with the sports. So don't go anywhere. The AM show continues.
Okay, before we take the break, you were asking me earlier what I brought to you.
Yes, what did you bring?
So there's these sweets that I brought from, it's called Turkish Delight.
Okay.
I don't know if you've tried it before, but I'm someone who's not crazy about sweets.
No, you're not.
Yeah.
If you like this, enemies is not nice.
No.
Dabi.
No, it's actually really nice.
Because you don't like sweet stuff.
Yeah, but this is, this is like moderate sweet, nice. That shouldn't be all sugary.
Yeah, it's never sugary for you though.
Okay.
Okay, let's have a look.
This one I got.
You see what I said?
From the factory. It has pistachio in there. You may just want to try one piece.
I'm gonna do this one. But it's all stuck together.
You can break it up. Yeah?
It's not.
Yeah, you go. You can take it. It's morning getting in your side. Yeah, go for it.
Israel.
Yes.
You don't understand when I'm worrying Israel, why I worry Israel. Who does this?
So they were supposed to have split it up. Okay. Now take a bite.
The thing I couldn't say now.
It has nuts in there.
On that note, we'll be back.